Hey everybody, about 2 years ago in October 2015, during the Hansen versus Predator sting in Fairfield, Connecticut, a young man named Vincent was arrested. And 3 months ago, his police interrogation was uploaded to the Captain channel.
I want you to get in the way.
And it has about 11,000 views. I'm surprised. I thought it would have a lot more. This is a very fascinating interview. And his footage never aired. His footage didn't air, according to Chris Hansen, during a Facebook Live chat a couple weeks ago. A person named Reagan Gordon asked the question why it didn't air, and he answered that, well, how much hardship do you want to pile onto this guy? Now, what about the 300 other predators who they've aired their footage? So for some reason, they don't want to air his footage because I guess they feel sorry for this kid. Either because he's too young, he was 19, because he's on medication for mental health issues, or just because he sobs a lot. I don't know the real truth, but they're not going to air him. So this is the best that we have. So guys, please go, I implore you, check it out on the Captain channel. It's about a half an hour long, and it's a great police interview. I mean, it's up there with Dustin McFedridge, in my opinion. It's up there with Jeff Stacy and Jay Refner and all the other good classic TCAP police interrogations. The video and the audio is what it is the best that that they can do. So you have to accept that. But here he is with
Did they read your rights downstairs? They did. Okay, so this is
the interrogator, who's going to be very gentle with him. I've seen this a few times, so it's not a reaction video.
So I want you to just read through each
She took his
line and
handcuffs
then
off
she
already,
did it before.
and he mentioned that they were locked twice, meaning that they won't get looser or tighter, so he could slip his hands off. And she goes, "Oh, you're very good. You're very smart." And he's like, "Yeah, well, my father's a cop, or he was a cop."
Oh, yeah.
And Vincent wanted to be a policeman
We
too.
won't unless you want us to. Yeah. No, you're an
There's some
adult.
pictures
You're
of
19,
him
right?
dressed like a security guard and wanting to follow in his father's footsteps as a police officer, so we know all the good handcuff tricks. However, he wasn't smart enough to be taught not to talk to the police after arrest and just politely ask for an attorney, so he's going to spill his guts.
All right. Do you want to start with telling me anything before I ask any questions? You understand,
There's a lot of
what you
TCAP
signed here, right?
fans
Okay. And you're
that are not from the United States. If you don't know the U.S. legal system, you have a right to remain
What would you
silent.
like to tell me?
Vincent does not have to answer any questions to the police. He just signed a form saying he
I
understood he
understand,
does not
you're dealing with some medical
have to
stuff,
answer
you're getting
questions,
your medication
and that
balanced
anything
out
he
correctly,
says
and,
will be used
I know you
against
said
him.
bipolar, is it bipolar
He has
depression?
no way to
And how
win
long have you been
talking to the
dealing
police.
with
There's
that?
nothing he can say here that will get him out of trouble. The best
Okay, in
thing
the
that he
last-
can do is
looks
to
like
just
about
be
the
nice
last
and say,
month
"Listen, I don't
to
want to
6
say
weeks,
anything."
you've been
And the police
communicating.
will say, "Okay."
Well, you've been
And they have to say,
communicating
"Okay." They
with
can't
this
badger
young
him.
girl. What
to
did you
keep
think her name
answering
was?
questions.
Okay. And how old did you think she was?
And yet, he just volunteers the
Do you have
information.
siblings?
Here, she just says, "Is there anything you want to say?" And now he just starts.
So tell me
blabbing
how you
away,
got into this
burying
kind of
himself.
conversation, where you met her, what online.
Yeah,
Which-
that app, Whisper.
I think he just wants the attention. I mean, I think
And
he
did you
doesn't
guys
have
stay
anyone to
on
talk to.
Whisper,
He
or-
was a year out of high school.
Okay. What's your username on Kick?
Mine?
Yeah.
He takes care of his father, he takes
Vincenzo
care of his
33.
grandfather.
Vincenzo 33,
and,
and then what was hers?
He's talking to anybody. He's just got a very nice
Yeah, I
woman,
think so.
and I think in his mind this is just another
Did you guys stay on
conversation.
Kick then? Did you ever go
Mhm.
back to Whisper?
No.
When did Talk
I feel
turn
old,
sexual?
man. Whisper. I don't know Whisper. I kind of know what it
What
is.
was
I've never
your
been on
plan?
there.
Why
I
did
didn't
you go
realize
on
you
Whisper
could
ever?
use it as a dating
Just to talk to
app.
people. Talk about my
Kick, I don't
problems.
know Kick.
Is it normal to share your age?
Dude, I can
Yeah.
barely use Skype. I don't know what the Kick and the Whisper is going to do for him.
Yeah. Have you shared your age with other
Mhm.
people? And just double check, like when you go on Whisper, are you talking to people you know?
No,
or
strangers.
Strangers, okay. And then you're trying to get to know them.
Yeah. Friends, somebody to talk to.
And
Right, he'll just talk
did you
to
tell this
anybody.
girl how old you are?
Yeah.
What did you tell her?
19.
19. What'd she call herself?
Jenna.
Jenna. Did she send you pictures too?
I think we'll find out Jenna's
What
last
do they
name
look
later.
like?
It's a fun little twist.
Selfies of her face or her
Face.
body? Okay. And did she,
So we hits up Jenna. She's 12.
Picture. She was at the beach or something.
She shows
and did she look 12?
Yeah.
pictures, and she looks like she's 12.
Okay. And so who
But that doesn't stop Vincent.
initiated any kind of sexual talk?
I did.
Okay. Tell me about that.
I just, I guess I was just horny and I just talked about it.
You talked about having intercourse with her.
Mm-hmm.
Was that the plan?
Originally, and then
I would imagine there's plenty of women
back.
out there
I said a
where he
couple
can,
times,
adult
I
women,
wanna-
where he can talk about
and she
sex.
said, well, I think I'm old enough.
The
And I
fact
said,
that he
I
goes with a
don't
12-year-old,
think
I think,
it'd be right.
shows off his immaturity and his
Is that what you thought?
fearfulness of
Yeah,
wanting
and
to
today
be with
actually
a
my
real,
grandfather didn't go to the
adult
hospital. I
person.
said that because I really didn't want to come. I thought it was wrong. But she just kept persisting. So.
And here he's pulling
She said she was going to be by herself.
the classic
and
predator
and-
excuse that he didn't want to come and she kept pushing him.
Usually
Although he
I-
admits he
I
brought
was
up,
just trying to be friendly.
he brought up,
I didn't want to do anything to it.
he brought up sex, and then he said it's wrong, wanting her to be like, no, no, it's okay, it's
Or you
okay.
knew you shouldn't have
But he
done
didn't
it?
want to do anything, and but
Originally,
now here come the
wanted to,
waterworks.
But I changed my ways. Was it appropriate? And
I didn't want
she
to,
said your parents were divorced. And
but she said,
was
oh,
always
no, no, it's
very
okay, it's
grown up.
okay.
She had to take care of her pets herself. She had to do stuff for herself, and I associated myself with that because I had to do that. I'm an only child. I had to take care of my grandfather. My father doesn't get around. He has a bad knee. He walks on crutches. Mom's always at work.
Unbelievable.
So life is tough
Yeah.
right now. Yeah. So was this just kind of like a fun distraction for you?
Yeah, pretty much.
So I guess he has too much depression, he can't get a job, he can't get a hobby.
Yeah.
He sits at home alone all day and
Does
hits on anybody
sex
that'll
do
talk
that
to
for
him
you?
on a
Get your
whisper.
mind off of your troubles?
Jerk off all the time if I feel stressed.
Yeah.
Stress reliever. I feel awkward talking to you about that. Sorry.
Oh, trust me, there's nothing you're gonna tell me here after 18 years of law enforcement that would shock me. Plus, I work with sex crimes, like that's, so, you know. well,
You live here?
mhm. So
You-
actually
but
what
you're
I've
the
seen if I text is nothing.
Perpetrator of the sex crime, and he's getting,
Stuff I've seen, so.
interested in
I'm
her
pretty
job.
comfortable talking about it, so you can feel comfortable, okay? And I'm an adult. Have you been talking to anybody else?
Yeah, I was talking to this girl. She's from Jersey.
What's her name?
Hannah.
Hannah?
She hasn't talked to me in a long time now.
Aw.
About a week or two.
Yeah.
I think
Supposedly
Hannah
she
was
had her
real.
phone taken away.
Hannah was 18,
I really liked her.
and he wanted to bring
Were you
Hannah
talking about sexual stuff with her?
with
Yeah, we
him
talked
on
about
the
it. She was
visit
18,
to
I'm like, dude, just
She said she was.
Fairfield to see the
Do you
decoy.
know her in real life? Have
And
you
I think
seen
she
her?
stopped talking to him after that.
We were supposed to meet up at,
I
yeah,
think he
Middletown.
expects sympathy that he lost his fake
and
girlfriend.
Stuff like that.
Middletown, New Jersey?
No, New York.
New York.
It was a halfway point.
When was that supposed to happen?
2 weeks ago, she canceled. I said, well, Wednesday we're going to the lake up by me. She said, oh, I guess I can try to come. And she ends up having work. And I started feeling like she didn't really want to talk to me.
Why don't you go visit her, dude? Make her drive halfway. Come on.
Did you ever introduce Hannah and Jenna?
Yeah, I think so.
Via what? Via what?
The kicks,
So, yeah, he introduces his girlfriend to the
And so they
12-year-old decoy
communicated
via
to him?
kicks.
I guess.
Were you
And he's
trying to
wondering
get
why she
something
won't meet up
sexual
with
to
him.
happen between the three of you?
Yeah, I think at one point I did want something.
Was there like a role playing you guys were gonna do or something like that?
Yeah, I guess we kind of like a family kind of thing.
Yeah. And so, help me understand
How
that.
fucked up is this?
Like you and Hannah were gonna be mom and dad?
Yeah, I guess like that. And
Vince is 19. He's going to bring his 18-year-old
And have Jenna
internet
watch or
girlfriend
have Jenna participate or what?
and go up to the 12-year-old's house and have
What
her
did you
play the
have in
daughter.
mind? Well, what did you tell her you wanted to do?
I think I wanted to have Jenna join in, or have her and Hannah do something. Well, I don't remember.
You wanted Jenna to join in with you
Yeah.
and Hannah having like sexual intercourse? Okay. Did you talk about like certain, there's a lot of ways to have
I don't think
sex?
there was any certain stuff.
You didn't talk specifically about like what you liked or something like that?
Well, good for you, Hannah, if you're watching this.
Some of the text I saw, you were really encouraging her to touch herself.
Yeah.
Is that something that you like to watch, or something you wanted her to do for you, or what?
No, honestly, I don't know why I said the stuff. I just
Yeah, he didn't even want to do it, right?
said it. Just.
Well, everyone did the different stuff sexually. Like, everyone has unique things they like to do or like to see. So it was part of the plan that you wanted her to do that for you? Like do it in front of you?
No, it was more just to see if she liked it or not. I guess to see if she felt anything.
Oh, and thanks for the Fairfield Police Department that
How
gave
did
this
you
up.
normally use
This
Whisper
interrogation
and
up
Kick?
under
Was that on
the
your
Freedom
phone?
of Information
Yeah,
Act.
yeah, iPod.
A lot of police stations
And
want
what
to hide
kinda-
this stuff.
Is that an
I guess to
iPod or an
protect
iPhone?
their
It's an
privacy.
iPhone,
But it's public
I use it
information.
as an iPod.
And Connecticut had a
It's
really
not
bad rap
hooked
for
up to the
hiding
phone.
this stuff. And
Is there a security
the
code
state
on
attorney
that?
general got
What is
involved
that?
1, 2, 3.
and
That's
you know,
pretty-
kind of did stings on the
Creative.
police departments and said, you know, you guys got to send this stuff out if it's asked for a few years ago. So whoever got this interrogation
So, tell me about
and
today.
gave it to the
How did
Tapping
today
channel.
start? What time did you guys start talking?
He appreciates the Fairfield Police, you know, doing the right thing and giving up this information to help the public get a better knowledge of guys like this.
I guess you guys changed the time you wanted to meet.
Yeah. What time did you initially want to meet?
I think she said apparently we're gonna leave early.
She said her parents were going to leave early.
Yeah, like at 8 o'clock or something, but they ran late.
So was your plan initially to come earlier in the morning?
Yeah, spend the day together. She said she just moved me, so I was gonna bring her around and show her stuff.
Yeah.
The
So,
sting in
shops
Fairfield
and
lasted
stuff.
Thursday night through Sunday
So
night.
then what happened? She
I
said
think it was
had to go
October
back?
1st, 2nd, 3rd, and
Yeah, she
4th.
changed the time.
Dupe got caught on that Thursday night football with the Steelers and the Ravens, and I think Vincent came on Saturday afternoon.
Okay. So then you made a meet time. What was the meet time?
After 12:30.
Okay. And so when did you leave your house?
And he lived maybe an
I
hour
looked like that my parents wanted me to bring something over my uncle's house.
away from Fairfield, over the border, maybe 50 miles
And how did you
west
find
of Fairfield.
Have you been here before?
in New York.
No, I just used the GPS.
Yeah. What did you use for a location? Just town of Fairfield?
Her house. The one she gave it to me.
Okay. But were you already on your way before she gave you your house? Or
No,
you had the house
I
from
had
the
the
beginning?
house already, yeah.
What was the address she gave you? Do you remember?
701 Mill Plain Road.
This picture, it's covered with a
Yeah,
star.
I know.
You sent that?
Yeah.
701
Is that
Mill
yours?
Plain Road.
Unfortunately.
Well, it's a pretty big star.
It's all about the angle.
It's all about the angle. So
And,
she's pulling out his
you
dick
think you're not
pic.
that big. You're telling her,
And,
I'm not that big. I bet I could fit inside you.
Oh.
I was, as you can see,
And she compliments it by saying it's a pretty big
And
star.
so you were
But,
touching
I
yourself
guess they have a
and
star
wanting to
covering it. But he's still self-depreciative,
So just
saying it's all
for-
about the angle. Think about how many dick pics he's taken. You know, to try to get just the perfect one.
Is this Kick or is this
the purple's Whisper and then
Whisper?
it's, that's what Kick starts, I think.
That's Kick.
Yeah, that's what Kick starts.
Okay. Why would someone want to switch to Kick? Like why? Why would
It's just you can see, you can have a
a group?
Yeah, or no, you pull that and you can like see their kind of like this. You call it
Picture better?
Yeah, profile.
Whisper, you don't really have a profile?
Yeah, because it's supposed to be anonymous.
Okay. Oh, Whisper's supposed to be anonymous?
So I
Yeah.
guess his
And Kick
MO
too,
is
kinda,
he
if you're-
Well,
comments
kind
on
of.
pictures on
Is
Whisper,
GPS connected to either one
Gets
of
a
them?
connection
Like,
with
you can see
somebody?
locations?
and then
Well, on Whisper,
transfers the conversation over to
you
Kicks.
see their original post. It does tell you like a general area.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Did you
beats the
guys
shit out of me.
specifically talk about the sexual acts you were gonna do today?
I got earlier on we did.
What did you say?
Whatever was there, I don't remember. I don't remember specifics. I
What
don't
was
know.
in your mind coming there?
Just-
What was your,
I don't know, I'm a virgin sex. Just,
you've never had sex before? You've ever had any kind of penetration with a girl?
no,
Oral sex?
no.
You watch it, you knew what to do from like watching porn,
Yeah.
or you wanted to experience it?
Can I see this?
Oh, so he wants to look at the evidence after she just explains that to us that he's never had sex,
That's your
any kind of sex with a
Yes.
with a woman.
I'm not a big technology guy.
No?
I like the flip phone because I only use it to call and text people and I barely text.
Yeah.
I was looking for today's stuff.
Yeah, oh, I have,
And he uses a flip phone.
is there something you want to show me?
Yeah.
I don't have it all, I just have a couple. That's probably stuff the investigators are writing.
Yeah, I'm just
Speculating
saying.
on.
So Vincent got sentenced almost a year ago, a little over a year after this happened. He got sentenced in November of
Is that
2016.
today, you were questioning her, why do you want to have sex so bad?
And he
Yeah.
received 2.5
I just-
years in
'cause
prison. So
as you
he's
can
coming
see,
up on his
towards the end, I
first
was kinda
anniversary
Not really wanting to
in
do
jail.
sex. I just, like I said,
Stephen Buchanan
right?
got 2 years, and he got out in less than a year.
Just feel crappy because
So
I
Vincent
had
could be
it.
getting out soon. I don't think there's any real way of knowing, but I know he's still in right now.
Yeah, I just felt lonely.
Do you know, like, have you ever face chatted with Hannah? Do you know, like, that she is a real person? She was just
No, she gave me a Facebook or Instagram.
yeah.
She actually did talk on the phone once.
Again, good on you, Hannah, for not showing up and being the incest mom role play that Vincent wanted you to do.
You were talking to her, I think this past Friday, saying,
Oh,
Jenna saying, you know, we will probably have sex. LOL, I'm really horny. I want your young pussy so bad.
yeah.
Oh.
When I say it, okay.
He said, oh my God, I can't believe
Yeah.
that I am a perv. What's wrong with me? And what happened after that? Did she respond to you? I don't have any.
Yeah, she said she didn't, but you don't want to meet me.
So he throws the stuff out there. Oh my God, we're gonna have
Like,
sex.
it's
I want your
fine,
young
it's
pussy.
okay, I'll
And then he
meet
says,
you.
"Oh, I'm such a perv," and he wants her
After
to
I
say,
said that,
"No, I really want it. I really want it." And that makes him feel better about going
Do you
after a 12-year-old kid.
understand the
If
damage
she
of just
agrees
saying something like
to
that
it.
to a 12-year-old?
Obviously. But
Yeah, and like sending a dick picture
Yeah.
to a 12, like it may be the
Yeah.
first time they've ever seen a penis. It's like you've changed their world forever from sending
Yeah,
that.
seeing Vincent's penis
So that's,
as your first penis is going to
Did you
change
know that
your
ahead
world
of
forever.
time?
You're definitely right there.
I guess, yeah, in the back of my mind I did.
were you looking for a little bit of shock value there? Were you looking to kind of shock her, or?
No, I just, like I said, I was horny, but when I get horny, I don't really think straight. As you can see, kind of the text changed a little bit. I don't know if you read them all.
No.
Like from one second I'm okay, and 1 second I'm talking about it, I kind of just move away from it because I relieve myself.
Does your medication affect how horny you get?
I think the Adderall does.
Which means what, more Adderall, less horny? Or
Yeah, more Adderall.
alcohol,
I think I've been more.
more horny? Yeah. And you said you're on a pretty high dose, or you're coming off
No,
a high
I
dose?
screwed up.
Yeah, I heard that with the 30 milligrams. You thought they were 10s.
Yeah, you see I'm shaking now?
Yeah.
I was shaking like that every day because I was on.
So he was taking
180.
10 milligrams of
When
Adderall
did you come off
for his
the
bipolar
180?
depression,
It
and
was Saturday.
he was supposed to be
True
taking 10, and he
Friday.
was taking 30 milligrams, and that made
Having
him
withdrawal.
hornier than usual.
They
And now he
changed
has to
something
wean
to
himself off
refill
the
it
30,
because,
which is
like
giving
they
him the
said,
handshakes,
they
he
take 30
says.
twice a day is too high of a dose, even though the doctor prescribed it. And they had to wait till 1st of October to say that because he already filled it for September, and because it's a controlled substance, they have to wait a month.
So have you talked with other girls besides Hannah and Jenna
He
like
said too
this?
much Adderall.
No, I
is one of
Shared
his
pictures,
excuses.
No,
private
not
sort
really.
of thing? Have you ever met someone else that you met on a social media? Have you ever met them in real life other than today?
I met a guy.
You did?
Yeah, I wasn't really say that, but
Okay.
Then why did you say it, man?
I experimented with him.
You did what?
I experimented with him.
Okay. So did you have
Like
intercourse with
science
him?
projects?
Yeah.
And how
Oh,
old is
intercourse.
he?
Okay.
You know for sure?
Who was the pitcher? Who was the catcher, Vin?
Where did you meet him?
On Whisper.
What was his
Because
name?
I had posted I wanted to lose my virginity and just get over it because I'm 19 and I feel ridiculous.
You posted on there. How long ago did you post that?
That was months ago.
So you had changed it by the time you met Jenna?
What the, well, posts, they don't,
Oh, you just put like one message out? Like,
yeah,
hey,
it doesn't,
Gotcha.
I think one page, so no kinds of fun.
Well, I guess that worked, right? He posted on Whisper he wanted to lose his virginity, and you got a response from a guy,
Yeah,
and he lost his virginity.
posts like that.
Oh, so
Well, that's what she had
first day of
posted.
school, yeah.
And then it was like on a full screen, you'd see it says on the top whatever she picked as her username. I think she wrote Jenna Armstrong.
Okay.
So,
There you
and
go.
then it said where she was from.
Jenna
And that's
Armstrong.
a picture, and that's what you can type in.
And
I think tomorrow
recent
is
stuff. It shows you
Lormis. Is
recent
the
stuff.
10th anniversary of Lauren
and here
Armstrong's
she's telling you she's 12, what grade she's
arrest
in.
at Bowling Green,
Did you believe
which
her?
was also his 37th birthday.
You didn't?
As you can see throughout the whole conversations, I've always been kind of skeptical that she was actually 12 and not. I think
I wish he
actually
said he was
had
kind of
mentioned in one
iffy
of the
and pull a Richard Rial, right?
messages that I was worried that she was a cop.
Did you ever question her about her age?
Question more if she was real at her age, I think.
This boy, the 18-year-old that you had sex with,
I don't talk to people.
okay, what was his
It was
username or whatever on this
I
part?
don't remember.
How long ago was that?
June, July, I think it was.
And where did you guys
So we
meet?
met this guy
My
in July,
grandfather's
and now we're in
house. There's no
October,
reason
so
to
it's about 3 months later.
No, and is that in the same town? Oh, is
Yeah,
that your
well,
house?
it's Poughkeepsie.
How do you spell Poughkeepsie?
Poughkeepsie. PSIE. That's right.
And were you penetrated or was he? Or both?
Both.
So you had
Mostly.
access.
I guess, yeah.
It's only fair.
So
But how do you
then
know this guy was
talking
18?
about,
He said he was 18.
When talking about with Hannah
We
and
don't
role
know.
playing, did that ever happen? You never met Hannah in real life?
No.
But your intent was to kind of play house?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. Has,
One of the things is I feel like I'm having so much trouble at this point. I want to just skip forward to having a family,
Yeah.
going to work,
yeah,
having structure.
right.
Dude, you're 19.
Just fast forward, huh?
You could get a job, stay at home, save some money, and get your own
Is there
place,
anything else you want to tell me to help understand?
and then find a girlfriend. You know, 1 over 18. It's not that hard.
What do you mean?
I don't know if there's anything on your mind that you're like waiting to tell me that we haven't discussed. I mean, I know you've discussed a lot. You talked to Chris Hansen, you talked to me.
Yeah, we'll never hear that, Chris Hansen.
You know,
That's
it's
fucking
not
bullshit.
easy looking at all this stuff.
If it went to trial,
I do respect
he
you for
pled
taking
guilty, but if it went to
responsibility.
trial, the video footage would have been entered
Yeah,
into
that's fine.
evidence.
Yeah, I did it.
And
There's no need to lie.
any evidence, anything that's entered into evidence becomes public domain. So we would be able to get it if it went to trial. Since it didn't go to trial, it's not officially evidence, and therefore
You sit here and lie.
we have no right to ask the police or anybody for the
You come out lying
television
about
footage.
everything, then no one's going to want to help. They're going to want to hammer you. But in this situation, you're going to get some help. Is there anyone you want us to contact? Did you make a phone call about it yet?
I don't want to.
he doesn't want anybody to know. He's not going to call his parents. Hell no.
Well, again, my name is Beth, and
I just wish this was a bad dream.
well, I have to tell you, you are handling it really well. Unfortunately, you're going to be forced to grow as you gut it out through this whole process. It's going to suck, but you are.
First time I've cried in months.
Yeah, that's a good thing, right?
Yeah, you can't hide it. I mean, your folks are going to find out eventually.
You look at that as a good
I
thing.
should have just been quiet and called him.
You have to hold it every day for so long.
Right.
I said, hey, Mom, Dad,
So
I'm in
it's the
jail,
first day,
and
something will
I
change
need you to
for
come bail me
positive
out.
direction.
And explain it then, because they're going to find out eventually. You're not going to hide
I
this.
say that.
I don't meet with this stuff, I meet with my wife in general. Is this stuff, I'm not gonna do it.
You're not gonna do this
No,
again?
it was stupid. Like I said, it was more just to get my mind off the stuff and somebody to talk to.
Do you see how you could find other targets to just talk to?
Exactly. We've seen this so many times in every interrogation where they didn't want to do it.
Jenna, she
They
actually
were bored.
talked to me mostly on the whisper.
They weren't thinking.
It's anonymous, so once I send my pictures, they stop talking to me. Picture of my face.
Well, you know, I just have to warn you that just talking on Whisper, if you are talking with a 12-year-old, even if they're lying about their age, you're going to get yourself arrested. I mean, we do search warrants on that kind of stuff all the time, and nothing is anonymous. And do not rest in anything being anonymous.
Yeah,
Is
so
there
just
anything on
talking
your
sex
phone
with a
that we're gonna
12-year-old
find? We are gonna do a search
on
warrant
social
for your
media,
Yeah, there was a.
they can get you. You know, if it's a sting, or if the kid complains, or the kid's parents find it out, you know, they can come and get you. She's saying right here. But he made it easy by, you know, going to her.
Videos.
Okay. Where did you get those?
Somebody had sent them to me from Whisper.
From where?
Whisper.
And they look like girls under 16?
So what he's talking about
Having
now
intercourse?
Yeah.
is a Dropbox link. Somebody on
Right,
Whisper
right,
gave him a Dropbox link.
How many videos?
I don't know. It's something I think people just keep adding videos to.
To
Do you have like a Google Docs or something? Is that what it is?
I think box or something it's called.
Box.
you know, a box full of
What else?
child pornography videos.
Nothing else that pertains to the case.
Are we gonna see you talking to other younger girls?
And besides the
Well,
three
there is
charges
one girl I'm talking to. She's
related to
14,
Hansen
but
versus
nothing
Predator,
sexual.
um,
There's another girl I met on.
he also received a first-degree
Yeah,
possession of child pornography, which is a minimum of 1 year in jail.
That's what she said.
And he was sentenced to
She said she's from
2.5 altogether.
Just, we had a lot in common. We
Mhm.
were both kind of down the thumbs, both longish. I was just talking to her on the kicks thing.
Anything else?
But again, that's such an overshare. I mean, he had a link in his notes to a website, and the police have his phone, but you know, I've never had my phone taken by police, but I don't know what they're going to go through. If they're going to go through your notes,
Just text.
if they're going to, you know that that's going to be a link and what it's to.
All right, sir.
And if they did, he could probably claim, I didn't know what it was, so I've never been there. But he just gave that information right up.
I looked at that one, I said, I felt like I fell in love. It just, I constantly say that if you look, I just feel so lonely when somebody's so kind to me.
Yeah.
See, this is fucking bullshit. He's on Adderall, as is fucking every other person in the world. He has depression, which fucking every other person in the world has. And,
It was just, I said it because I
you
didn't
know,
want to.
on To Catch a Predator, they showed
How would that have prevented you from coming?
Louis Conrad,
Excuse not to come.
who killed
So you
himself.
put out an
They
excuse
showed
for
all the
you not
Murphy
coming,
predators
so
that
she-
were
Yeah,
Murphy,
she
Texas
got
predators
mad.
who had their
I
cases
just-
dismissed.
Like I
They
said, I
showed
felt bad 'cause she
Dark
just
Hero,
pulled along.
although he had his face blurred out. They
Mother
did
just
show
left
Dark
her.
Hero, who threatened to kill
Figured
himself,
I'd
and they
go
showed
and watch movies with her
Michael
or something.
Willis and Thomas Moffat and Brian Gosling and Joseph Roisman. Those 4 guys went to court and were found not guilty, and they showed all of their footage.
It's just-
So it bugs the shit out of me that they don't show that Crime Watch Daily will not show this guy.
Yeah.
They showed fucking Manzi and Tiriolo, and neither one of those guys were charged with sex crimes. They were charged with attempting to harm a minor by bringing pot or by taking her out for drinks, although their chats had nothing to do with sex. And they showed those guys on television. Yet here's a guy
Have you ever had a
that wanted to come up and see a 12-year-old.
Have you ever tried to hurt yourself?
Yeah, once I had taken 20 of Dad's oxycodone.
When was that?
That was a year ago. About a year ago.
So last year, Dad's got a bunch of narcotics for his bad knee, and Vincent tried to take some.
Slept for 3 days.
Did anyone check on you?
Oh yeah, I woke up and talked to Mom, I rolled back over and went back to sleep, because that's all it did to me.
Okay.
It just made me tired, I thought maybe it'd kill me.
Did you ever talk about that with the doctor?
No, I never said that to anybody.
No.
Well, except Mom. Mom, I usually tell everything.
I think if you want to kill yourself with that, you probably
I
can.
didn't want to go back to like 4 weeks thing.
This doesn't look like it's a serious attempt. He just went to sleep for 3 days.
It's like a inpatient hospital for people that want to hurt themselves, or people with medical illnesses that want help.
So then Mom sent him to a
When were you there?
inpatient treatment for a couple of months.
2014, when I was trying to graduate high school. I had stopped going to school. I was in bed all day. The sheriff came and picked me up from the house and brought me in and talked to the social worker at school, and then crisis unit came and they said, well, why don't we try going, because none of the pills were working, so I said, why don't we try going to Four Winds. So I went to Four Winds, was there from April to end of May. And they said, oh, these pills, yeah, take them, they should help. Yeah, okay. 5 months later, still feeling crap. I switched doctors, switched some medication, and still feel like crap. My thing is, nothing works. Just, I don't want to go on anymore. It's just, I keep screwing up. I can't pass high school. I screw up a job. I can't get a job. I don't have any motivation to get out of bed. I screw up with taking care of Grandpa. Sometimes I won't even get out of bed to get him up in the morning. And I make Dad do it. He's crippled.
Well, listen.
You know what? Fuck this guy. I don't want to get up out of bed in the morning. I don't want to fucking go to my job. I don't want to take care of people that I got to take care of. It fucking sucks. But it's called being an adult. You get the fuck out of bed, and you got to go do your shit. All right? And it makes it more fun if you have a smile on your face, and that's why we fucking have coffee.
Hormones going crazy on top of trying to deal with being bipolar depressive. So I just encourage you to hang in there.
Come on, man.
Well, it feels like that.
Lay in bed all fucking day, and then hit on 12-year-olds. And they're not going to show him on TV because he's sad.
For right now, for today, you don't have to make any more decisions, okay? I'm happy to stand up.
Which way are you going to cuff me, front and back?
You want to be in front? Okay.
She's going to give him a compliment here. They're going to have a nice little friendly talk as she cuffs him.
Thank you.
How would he compliment her her wedding ring?
Ted said he never wore it.
It took me a long time to find the right man, too. Like, a long time. Like, I was an old lady.
Like my mother.
Well, that's why I'm just encouraging you. Hang in there.
Ted
You don't
said
know
he would
what...
never wear his wedding ring when he was on the job.
You don't know what the future will bring, okay?
Okay. Yeah, beat you.
You know, so fuck Crime Watch Daily. You know, they got a bunch of great predators. They had a great setup. It takes them 2 years to get this shit on the air. They finally get it on the air. The shows are great. They spread them out over the whole fucking season, though. No rhyme or reason. Sometimes it's 2 a week. Sometimes it's fucking, 3 months between them. And then they never show this guy. Chris even went on a online interview back in January. Mentioned Vincent by name and said they would air him. Said it was important that they would air him. So it's fucking bullshit that they hide this. Crime Watch Daily will do stories on two 17-year-old girls that sneak into a amusement park without paying. Did a whole big story on that. Who the fuck cares about two 17-year-old girls who sneak into an amusement park without paying? And here's a guy that's in possession of child porn that is going out and trying to have a threesome with a 12-year-old girl, and they won't show his footage because they feel sorry for him. It's fucking bullshit. And the way they handled that whole Hansen versus Predator stuff, they had great predators, they had great footage, and they fucked it all up. There's not going to be any more. They've let us all on. They haven't even given us our Kickstarter rewards that have been promised over and over and over again. How many people were so excited for the Hansen versus Predator rollout? And the way they handled it was fucking bullshit. They were handed so much great information. That shit should have been put on Netflix. unedited, hour-long episodes, no editing for content at all, with, you know, the dick pictures and the bad language and all the behind-the-scenes shit. It would have been huge. It would have been gigantic. It would have been a, you know, a cult thing people would have talked about for decades. Instead, they turned it into daytime TV with horrible, you know, video filters and spooky music and strange voiceovers. You know, really just gimmick the shit out of it, and then left us wanting the best guy with no rhyme or reason until, you know, Reagan finally got Chris to answer why they won't show it. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Check out this interrogation. There's also 3 more on the Captaining channel from Fairfield. And happy Ormus.